I would say what we've created during the past few days looks already pretty good, doesn't it? But there's even more we can create with the same materials we've used to create all of this. So let's make some mini cards today, which you can then use to send to your loved ones for Christmas via mail, or you can use them to put them to your Christmas presents with a little note. Or what I also thought is, what you can do with them is you can hang them on those jam jars. Perhaps you have made some jam for the people you want to meet over Christmas and the people you love. Then you could use them for those jars as well. But of course, there are also other possibilities to use mini cards, but that's what came to my mind when I thought about this idea. Hi, this is Luise Heinzel, and to be honest, at the moment, I'm pretty overwhelmed in a really, really positive way. You have completely blown me away with your reaction to my printable last-minute Christmas, because that is what I used to make all of this. And there have been already so many posts on social media where you have used this printable to make, for example, these, which we've made in the last video, or these cards, which we made in the video before the last video. I will link both videos down below in the description box so that you can see how all of this came to life and how you can make it for your own, of course, or for the people you want to send this to. I normally, and that is the reason why I want to quickly talk about that here and show my appreciation for that. Normally, I'm not able to react so quickly or directly to your reaction in a video. Of course, when you write a comment or you show a post on social media, I can write a comment back, but I can't talk to you. And when I make my normal videos, then normally I film them in advance. I film a whole series, for example, and then that is finished. I upload it to YouTube, and then your reaction in my life comes way later because, you know, the videos are filmed in advance. At the moment, I have some time problems because of EPHEMERA 2024. It's written here on the cup. I don't need therapy, I just need the magic of EPHEMERA. But the magic of EPHEMERA is also connected, at least for Barbara at 49 Dragonflies and myself, with some stress, you know, because we need a ton of videos. And because of that, these videos, which you see with this printable, are filmed nearly like live. I film them, load them up, and then the next day they go online. And that gives me the chance to talk a little, more direct to you and show you my appreciation a little closer from eye to eye or so. I don't know how I can say that, but you make me so happy with your reaction to these things. That is just crazy. I mean, I don't want to say that that is only for this one. It's with other printables as well and with other things I show you. But it's for me a little bit different because when I can sit here and react directly to what you have done in the videos, that is something different. I think you understand what I mean. And I want to thank you from the bottom of my heart for your support and for buying this printable and for showing and sharing what you have created with it. That is absolutely mind-blowing. And when I was sitting in my kitchen in the morning to think about the details for this video, I was thinking about a little, like, you know, adjustments of my idea or so. And I was sitting there, and then I went through my Facebook group, Junk Journal Deutsch. The link is down below in the description box. Deutsch means German, and it is, it was built for the German community, but in the meantime, in the past few years, it turned into a really international group. So if you want to join, you are very welcome. The link is down below in the description box. And here I have a screenshot of a post by Heike, and she has posted something that really brought tears of joy into my eyes. And I want to use this and another thing as an example for how amazing you all are. Please don't be sad when I don't show your post here. Please see this, what I show here, as like a symbol for everything you post and everything you share, which is inspired by my videos or made with my printables. Of course, I can't, even if I would love to do that, but I can't show everything I see. Yeah, but I think that is understandable. Heike has made some things in jars, handmade things, obviously. And she had, and that's what she has written in the post, she had made these little tags here and put them to the jars. These are made by her, and these look nice and really cute. I mean, this looks like someone has really put love into this thing, and I really like what she has done. But in the background, you can already see there's my printable Last Minute Christmas, and I love how she has displayed that for this photo. And she has written that she had already done and finished all of these things which she had planned to put on her jars. Then my video came out, and then she has changed her mind, and she has, I find that so cute. She has taken my labels, put the information, what's in the jar on those labels, and then she has made the jars new. Yeah, and she has, I don't know if she has thrown these things away, which she originally had used, but she has made everything new, and I find that so funny. I mean, I want to cry, because that is just so nice. And that shows so much respect and so much appreciation for what I do. That is it's just unbelievable. And here she has used these round things. She has used a punch to get these, like, yeah, this shape. It's not a circle anymore. Can you see this? I don't know how this is called, this edge. But that looks so pretty on this jar. So this is just the lid of the jar. And here she has used the other design from the printable. Look, I mean, what the heck? This is so wonderful. And this brought me to laugh and to, yeah, this, you know, do you know this feeling when you sit there and you think, I want to cry now? That was exactly what it was for me, because, I mean, when you have finished something already and then you see something and then you change everything, that must mean that you like what you have seen and bought really much. And of course, that makes me happy. And then I went further and then I found this. Here, I don't know how to say her name, but I think it's Miroline or Miroline. I don't know. Pretty sorry. But she has made several things with the printable as well. And she, with this photo, she brought my plans for today's video out of control, because I had planned to make something with these frames from the printable, but something totally different than what's shown on her photo here. And when I saw this, I thought, okay, forget your plans for the video and use this as an inspiration. So let's take this idea and make it into our own, because that is what, yeah, like social media platforms, let's say it like that, are made for, that you see something and then you then can take the inspiration from there and turn that into your own and make it with your own materials, with your own, like, you know, add your own ideas and your own twist to it. So let's try that. For that, we obviously are going to need some of these squares which come with the printable. There are different designs available. She has used one of the bluish ones here. I have some left over here, or I think at least perhaps 3 or so. And there are also more like vintage ones. I mean, this is, yeah, I would say this is abstract grunge or so. This is pretty vintage. Some are also even more vintage and more brown. Woo! Oh my goodness, can you see that? Holy cow, what is happening here? I'm so sorry, that was not planned. Can you see? I mean, that is, oh my goodness, that is so simple. But when I had them in my hands, I mean, can you see that we could build a star from these by, oh my goodness, I can't handle it at the moment, but I would need to somehow measure this. But can you see that we could make a star from this by just, I mean, is that compatible with this idea? Compatible, is that also a word in English? I don't know. Shall I change my plan again? Oh. I mean, if it was compatible, then we could do that. Yes. We will definitely do this. Do I have 3 of the blue ones as well? No. Is that a problem? No. We have also some other designs in the printable, for example this one, but with these this idea doesn't work so well because he has not so much space. You would need to take really small things to arrange in here, because these, I mean, you could do that, of course, but for me these are not so handy for that idea. But I just wanted to show you what is available in the printable. And of course, the printable is linked below in the description box. There are also some with these round arrangements. But if we want to do this, I mean, yeah, I know why here are only 2 left of the blue ones, because with the blue, that doesn't look so nice. Here, it looks nearly like an Advent wreath, because there's more of the floral stuff peeking out. But we have these 3. Do you know, I mean, can you imagine how hard it is when you sit here and you want to record a video and you know there is also something like EPHEMERA knocking at the door, and then something like this happens. I don't know if you can imagine what that makes with my brain. This thing also means that I need 2 thumbnail photos for today's video. Nice. If you want to see some variations of this idea, basically if you want to see something totally different, but based on this idea, please watch the German video. Why is that always happening? Oh Mann. Man hat ja sonst hier nichts zu tun. Okay. That looks good. So, before we can do anything here, I would say we need the angle of these. But how can we find that out? I mean, I want that a little regular. So if I line this up with this edge and corner and this corner to this line on my grid, and I take this and line that up parallel to those lines, then I get these triangles in the same size. But when I take this then and put it on here, it's not a star, it's not a regular star, but do you know what I see here? I see something which I really, really like. I like that it is not regular, and that's the reason why we are going to do this exactly like it is. Oh my goodness, I'm having so much fun at the moment here. Oh, I can't tell you. Oh, that is good. To be honest, I have not expected that. That it is going to turn into something like this. Okay. We are going to let this dry. We let the top layer loose. We do exactly the same thing with this. This will become the top layer. So let's take this and align the corners up first. I always mix the words corners and edges, and I'm still not sure if I do that correct now, but hopefully. So I take this, and on the picture from the Facebook group, there it's like made like so, I guess. I mean, I haven't asked how she has made it, but I'm assuming that she made it like this, just cut in the frame here. Like so. So that here's this little gap. And I'm thinking this is not so much because of these poinsettias here. Shall we perhaps try, why not, to cut in there as well, so that we have more possibilities for the arrangement of the things we want to put in there. Here I've cut it like this because here there's more space, obviously, because these little arrangements don't go too far to the inside compared to this. And now the big question is, how the heck shall we manage that this, yeah, well, but wait, can I put glue behind this piece already? Yeah, of course, why not? Because the slot is still accessible, I think is the word. Like so, okay. So then, this is already really nice. Then let's see, we have these little baubles here. I mean, are these Christmas ornaments or are these baubles? I always don't understand that. It's completely senseless to ask Google, so I'm asking you. Because, you know, from ideology, there are bubbles and baubles available. And the bubbles are the clear ones, and the baubles are those which are like this color, yeah, like a pearl. But is this a bauble as well? Or is this then a Christmas ornament? Is bauble and Christmas ornament the same thing? I don't know. But what I know is, and perhaps you want to write a comment and explain that to me. If yes, thank you very much. Here, look. When we put that through here, is that then still nice with our layered arrangement here? Or would we need to cut that here so that I think so, all of the layers underneath are visible then? I think that would look better. This is too big. Because this slot is not so wide like on the other one. Perhaps like this. But I would love to put a bigger one behind there. That is then somehow possible. But that's also pretty massive. I mean, you could do it like this. Perhaps you have already realized that I love to show you options. And that is what I'm trying to do here. Sometimes I put something to my pieces here and then I will not do it like I have put it there, but that's just because I want to show you, yeah, different possibilities, what you could do with these things. Here, on this one, this whole thing is really a little difficult because look, here, she has put one of those Christmas ornaments behind the frame. The blue one is exactly here like this one. The red one is on the frame here, and not tucked into this little slot. Makes it hard here to do that because I would cover the poinsettia up, and that is what I definitely not want to do. That looks absolutely strange. But perhaps we can do it here, like so. because here's nothing on the frame which would be covered up then. I think I like that, but what I don't like is this thing there. Since this thing is like standing here and not attached to a tree or so, I like it better when this little ring is cut off. That looks more harmonious, I think. So then I also want that this here is still a tuck spot, so that you can later use that also for something else. So, I mean, when you give this to a junk journaler for Christmas, this could be used for a Christmas journal next year in the journal as a tuck spot. And now the blue one is attached to the red one. Here is still space to tuck something behind. And I think when we now put glue here, put this like so, then we can take our scissors, because I want to cut this off. Just cut through the thing here, but not through the frame, obviously. Oh, I had a time where I said relatively pretty often. Do you know what my new word is? I realized that while I was editing my videos. Obviously, it's my new word. I'm so sorry if that bothers you, but yeah. I think I can't handle it. How do I need to do this? I think here, if I want that this is a tuck spot as well, I would need to glue the top layer to this. Here we will cut this off as well. But it looks a little weird when here's only one of these in there, doesn't it? There are postage stamps in the printable available in different sizes, but I already used some of them up. You could also think about printing, for example, these tags really, really small, and then you could tuck those behind there as well. I'm just thinking if it's possible to resize this with our scissors and do that here, because I don't want to disturb myself now and run to my printer and print these smaller. I'm just thinking about another solution, but before we decide that, let's see what's going on with the stamps. Yeah, I think I really like that. And here it also would make sense to go through your stash, I think, and look for small things like, yeah, you could use real postage stamps additionally, or perhaps you have some other tiny bits and pieces. Perhaps you have some pieces stamped with numbers or so, which would make a nice arrangement here. Then you could use that, of course, as well. Oh my goodness, I love this. That is so cool. Does it need a tag? Well, let's try it. What if we, but how big shall it become? That is almost too long already. And it's not enough contrast. Let's do it like so. Let's cut it shorter here. Slimmer. If it wants to go there, then this could be a good size. Ooh. Oh, that hole is a little bit big. Take a smaller punch if you have one. This looks a little bit crazy now, but I mean, it's okay. Oh, it's perhaps even good that, ooh, I like that. I like that the hole is so big, because then you can see this light background through this hole, and with that, it's more recognizable as a tag, isn't it? Oh, let's glue that down. This shall stay a tuck spot. Louise, think before you do anything. Take this, put glue here, but only to the tag. Take the stamp, put this in here, bring the tag and the postage stamp into the correct position. Then take this. Ooh, you have to stay here, please. Take this. Now we have to put glue on here, but not on the background. Take this, fiddle this through here again. I'm sure there are easier ways to do this, but this is my way to do it. Hopefully it will work. Because I need to make sure that these pieces are connected to each other, but not to the background. I mean to this layer. Okay, then we can take this. And then we can lift this up and put a bit of glue here. Let's add a sentiment. Options. Options? Options. Perhaps too many options. Let's see. Since we have red here, let's try the red one. We could even bring it under the postage stamp there. You could also think about some money to tuck behind here. I mean, this would be a great thing for, like, yeah, if you want to gift money to someone else, then you could have something decorative, and at the same time, yeah, you have something where you can put it in so that it can't fall out there. The only thing that bothers me now is that I have made this cut. Can we use this for something? Wait, please give me a second. Glue this down. And then we can think about doing something with this edge, because under here there's of course the other print. Oh, I wish I had thought about that before gluing these things on, because that would have been easier, but I think it's still possible to bend this edge a little bit. Let's then try to separate the layers of the paper. This is printed on 200 GSM photo paper. Oh no! Oh no! Ah. Normally, that is no problem to do some. Oh, I have it. To do something like this. Look, then it's like a little bit distressed there. But since we have it here now, we need it somewhere else as well. Otherwise, that would look totally strange. Now it looks a little bit destroyed. I like it even better when it's like, you know, destroyed, but then bent back a little bit. I think the white is too much for me. But do you know what? When I go to my sewing machine and let's take a stapler. You could you could do that with your sewing machine, but with a stapler that's also possible to hold this destroyed area down a little bit. Ah, yes, now I like it. Can you see? Now it's not so extreme anymore. It's a little bit more clean somehow, but at the same time a little bit distressed and grungy. I think now I like it. Okay, so let's put this aside. I don't know if that is completely finished yet, but let's see what we want to do here. That would be nice, but it's perhaps also a little bit big. But this color combination is also really nice. But I think I like it the best when it's centered. What do you think about that? And when I see this, originally I thought I want to go around with my sewing machine, but when I see the staples here, I think I want to skip the step with the sewing machine and that just make some little accents with my stapler here. That is nice as well. We don't always need sewing. I mean, who says that? I love sewing, but I think this is also nice. I feel the need to put something under here. I show you the cards from the German video. Obviously they are completely different than these because, you know, I had this like crazy moment in the beginning of the video. These are the cards from the German video, so yeah, it's the same idea, using this layer, cutting in here and then put the things in here. This is also still a tuck spot. You could tuck something behind here. And these cards open. That is what I originally wanted to do here as well. And then this is the back. And here I have this stuff. So perhaps we can do something similar for these as well. I mean, you could, could you? If I would mount them to such a card base, then probably, yeah. How can they then go on there? This is somehow absolutely weird because it's diagonal now. That is pet peeve, the pet peeve boss, the boss of the pet peeves, the king of the pet peeves. But this, yeah, okay, this would work. But if we would do that, would it then still be possible to open the card because of these overlapping things? Yeah, it would be possible. I like that. I really like that. Okay, so that means we need a piece of paper which is this size. This is just some brown craft stock. Let's take this. So, what size is this? Yeah. You can just take the thing you made, and here I have done it like so. I have taken the piece, put that to this piece of paper just in the corner here. In this case it would be like so. I decided for what I want to have here and here all around. Let's say you want to have this on the back. Then I have placed that here so that this distance here, twice of this distance is here, and then I've just cut it and fold it in the middle. Yeah, so that is like the weirdest way of measuring, but that's my brain. Of course, you can take a ruler and measure that, or you can take your paper trimmer and measure that, and then cut it. So then I'm going to mark the middle here on the other one as well. Let's quickly ink the edges. It would drive me so crazy if I would put it there like so. So obviously it has to go like this. So that means this top layer has to be lined up with the backing here. But I want to have some stuff like this on here as well. It seems that I just can't do a project without sewing. After the glue was dry, I went to my sewing machine and I went around here. I think that gives it a nice addition, but I also liked it without the sewing, but yeah, you know. Do we have something matching to put on the back, or have we now used all of those frames up? I think I would need to print them out again, because here I only have these blue ones left now, and these, well, I mean, no. Ooh, but wait, we could take this one because that is matching.
Oh, this last minute Christmas cheer with love and joy are ours to share. Twinkling lights and starry nights bringing warmth beyond compare. Oh, this last minute Christmas cheer with love and joy are ours to share. Twinkling lights and starry nights bringing warmth beyond compare. Homemade treats with love imbued. Laughter fills our gratitude.
But it can look even nicer if we add some white splatters now. And now you could, of course, use this tuck spot here for either, like I said, money or a little note, which is then hidden there. Of course, you can use this side here for writing something as well, but perhaps you want to, perhaps you want to start your message here with a little paper and then write the rest here and the very rest here also. I mean, you can also, of course, write the name for whom the card is here and from whom the card is. That would, of course, work on this little tag, but why can't you use this as an additional space for writing? That would also be possible, of course. I really like how this turned out. And the second one looks like this now. And what I also like is that you can, of course, display them like so. I can't let them free because I'm assuming that they will fall, but it would be possible. I would be not so scared if my splatters were dry, but you can see it works. Ooh, and with this irregular edge here, it's also because of this, that the angle is more like so than 90 degrees. That makes it really interesting. I would probably put something behind because of these things here. Yeah, it would be nicer to display it like so that it can't fall. But this is even nicer in a shelf, for my taste, than it would be when it's 90 degrees. How can I show you that? Let me take the camera out from here. That's what I see. And I think that looks really nice. Imagine this on a Christmas table where you know, have invited some people or so, and you want to give them a little present or a little message, and it is on the table, and here is the plate, and you can have that as a little decoration next to the plate. I think that is a really cute idea. Like so. Okay, so that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this little idea, and I hope we will see the next time. The next time I want to do something with these round things from the printable, which you can see here. And we are going to make some jar decorations with these for example, jars with handmade jam or so, or a cake in a jar or so. And yeah, I hope that you will like that idea as well. I wish you a very creative day. Bye bye.